is an amateur featherweight bout sponsored by Flow Medical Aesthetics. Please make some noise as I introduce first, fighting out of the blue corner, from MMA Cork, Jonny Duggan! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, from SBG Clonmel, Rob the Wolf Hallahan!
Welcome back to the Talbot Hotel here in Clonmel, County Tipperary. Both fighters receiving a huge round of applause here from the audience here. In the red corner, we have Rob Hallahan, and in the blue corner we have Jonny Duggan. Johnny's fighting out of MMA Cork, and Rob Hallahan from SBG Clonmel. Rob was actually on the first show here in PFC 1. He lost out in a narrow decision, so he'll be looking to get back on the win streak here.
Johnny's coming in with a decent amount of taekwondo experience.
Interesting, you can see nice sharp side kick there, yeah.
Yeah, that front leg side kick is beautiful. And the Wonder Boy Thompson stance.
I have to say Rob is also quite athletic and quite aerobic with the kicks, but we see a lovely high left kick there from Jonny Duggan.
Yeah, both guys predominantly strikers, so this could be an interesting matchup on the feet.
Well, if they're aiming for heads, I think it could be an early night for one of them.
Yeah, it's almost looking like a taekwondo
it
match.
Does look like
two guys bouncing in front of each other here. Not even a thought of a takedown, but just I want to get this guy and I want to land this kick. Nice blitz from Jonny Duggan and looks for the head kick.
Yeah, both fighters seem to be looking for a highlight reel here. Just Rob has to work that a little bit harder here. Obviously, he doesn't have the same range that Jonny Duggan has. So he's be looking to work that jab a little bit more. Yeah, ease his way in there maybe with low kicks and start working in the pocket like he is here. Oh,
and he's down. And down again.
This is over.
Heavy shots from Jonny Duggan, chasing that win. He's on the neck.
This is so close.
Good wherewithal from Rob to just grab that wrist and stop him from cinching up that rear naked, but he's wearing that damage on his face already.
I think Rob just circling out there. He didn't avoid the body kick, but he did avoid the big left from Jonny Duggan.
Yeah, getting back to basics would be a good shout here for Hallahan, because he's eaten a little bit of damage there and he needs to just take his time and recover a little bit. Maybe get himself away from that fence.
Wow. This could be big here. This could be big if he can finish.
He was definitely chasing that highlight reel KO, like you said. He smelled it in the air.
Duggan wants to obviously keep working the legs here of Hallahan. He smells blood after getting that knockdown earlier. Rob is working to try and switch the positions here on the cage.
Yeah, Duggan's got good pressure in this position. I mean, coming from MMA Cork, a school where every fighter that comes out of there is an absolute demon to deal with up against the fence. They're well versed in these grappling exchanges. And he's landing damaging knees to the legs of Rob Hallahan. Beautiful first round. Some really clinical damaging blows from Jonny Duggan. Definitely swung that one for him on the judges' scorecards.
Absolutely. Rob.
Both guys over eager to get back in. The cage door hadn't been completely closed, so referee Derek Hickey resets the positions and we are back in action.
Rob cuts the distance on the cage very quickly here. Maybe this is a point of intent.
Throwing that roundhouse kick, but he's not hiding it behind anything else, which is why it's so easy for Duggan just to get out of the way. He needs to throw some hands or even just some feints. Just something to hide it behind, something to disguise it. But trying to lead with it is no good against a striker.
Yeah, you can hear Coach Collins saying, set it up. You know, you have to throw something, you know, 1-2, 1-2-3, whatever way it goes. It's
get the opponent watching your hands, and then when the leg comes,
big body shot there by Duggan. Rob doing very well to switch the position here. And John Duggan returns the favour. Back in control here, pushing Rob Hallahan against the fence. And a nice little trip there from John Duggan.
Beautiful. Used the head position really well to make his opponent posture up and stretch, and then just suck that leg out from underneath him.
He's in half guard here.
Landing shots with that left hand. Hallahan with a lot to do to get himself back into a good position in this bout.
Yeah, you can see he's obviously stifled a little bit there with the cage. Very little room. He wants to try and scoot out, but Jonny Duggan doing fantastic well just to keep him where he is, slow the pace of the fight down. And again, if he can get shots off from the top, obviously it's going to look very favourable for the judges.
Absolutely, yeah. He's trying to posture up now just to get himself a bit of a position with which to land some of those left-hand shots. Again, using that head position to make life miserable on the bottom for Hallahan.
Rob has a lovely knee shield here, so that is keeping the distance nicely for him, but he needs to launch something off that. But again, the cage is just proven to be a little bit difficult to navigate around.
Yeah, when you're smashed down into the corner of the cage here, it's so debilitating. It really limits your options, your movement. Takes away one side you would usually have as an option to sweep your opponent to.
Yeah, and sometimes you just have to risk, taking a shot or two, on the exit, trying to get your way out like Rob is doing here now. But again, he's got to be careful not to give up his back.
Duggan staying glued to him, reversing him, returning him to the mat.
Rob trying to explode out, not having it there, and Jonny Duggan now in the full mount position. Trying to posture up here, Rob not giving him the option. He's trying to keep everything nice and tight here.
He used his head very well to get the mount transition there. He used it to get under his opponent's chin. And he's landed some big shots here. Hallahan's in a lot of trouble now as we draw the second round to a close. Duggan landed big bombs.
He's going to give up his back here and saved by the bell.
Yeah, the referee was starting to circle and things were looking bad. Rob Hallahan is in a world of hurt at the end of that second round.
Okay, referee just having a word there with Rob Hallahan. Again, it might be due to maybe the length of time that he was taking in the corner. Both fighters showing respect.
Final round, here we go. Duggan on his toes and looking for the opportunity.
Ooh, Superman punch from Hallahan, nearly connected.
Yeah, it's kitchen sink time. He needs something big now, or else he's losing this bout, so he needs to really find something to gain his opponent's respect.
Only one thing I would say about Jonny Duggan, he needs to be careful because you can see that taekwondo stance coming out. It's obviously, from years of experience in the sport, but he does tend to, especially in this round, he seems to be opening his mouth and his head is quite upright. He has to be careful not to get clipped by Rob.
Yeah, one big shot over the top now, and that chin is up in the air. It could be good night, but circling away from that power hand.
Ooh, backhand there from Rob Hallahan, and this is the kind of damage that he could do. So Jonny Duggan has to be careful.
Yeah, as we said, he was going to need something big just to gain his opponent's respect, and he kind of temporarily did it there. It's worth taking those risks when you're 2 rounds in the hole.
Now, what can Rob do here? He needs to build on this momentum here.
Gaining some separation and trying to get back to causing a bit of damage would be a good step, but he's found himself with his back against the cage again. This is not where he wants to be because we've seen Duggan be dominant in these positions over the first 2 rounds.
Nice right hand to the body there from Jonny Duggan. Possibly looking at a trip attempt there, but you can see he's still playing very, very heavy there with Rob. Rob obviously clearly very exhausted and gassed out here at the moment.
Yeah, he's thought temporarily about going up high and reaching over for guillotine, but Duggan postured up well and just using the head position to make life miserable for Hallahan against the cage.
Yeah, Rob needs to get away from the cage here now if he has any hopes or aspirations of ending this round with possibly winning the round, but possibly with a knockout.
Yeah, Duggan just doing enough, staying busy with those big knees to the leg just to stop the referee from taking the position away from him for inactivity. He's staying busy enough. Those knees are fairly impactful. And not a nice position for Rob Hallahan to have to try and be escaping from with this level of fatigue in play.
But it's important also as well, I think, Paul, especially for up-and-coming developing fighters, to use fights like this as valuable experience. You know, you can see here from Jonny Duggan, he is wearing Rob down again. He's slowing the pace of the fight down on his terms. Big knees. He's showing activity for the referee, and obviously he's not allowing Rob to get any offense off after the early surprises with the spinning back fist.
Yeah, Jonny Duggan looked pretty comfortable everywhere, I have to say. Very impressed with that performance.
Very cool and calm. And you can see Jonny knows it himself. Very, very impressive performance there.
Yeah, definitely one to watch going forward.
And your winner,